Hello there, Intrat. 30-year-old man-child here with another MTG video for you beautiful mofos today. Today we're going to play some birds, because I felt like playing some birds. A lot of people have been asking me about the Izzet Phoenix archetype and why it's not really a thing anymore, and my answer always tends to be the same. Like, the deck has not really gone anywhere. It's still a very powerful list, but it's just never truly been a popular deck. Despite it being strong, it is rather difficult to pilot. And I think this is the main reason why it's just not, I don't know, popular compared to other, top tier archetypes. I think it takes quite a bit of skill, especially in the resource management department. And, it can be quite difficult to play to its full potential. And a lot of people just kind of like get frustrated with it and move on to other things like mono red, mono white. I'm not like trying to shit talk here or anything, but just trying to give you guys my opinion as to why this deck is not as played as it, in my opinion, should be. Because it's a cool deck, it's a strong deck. I don't really have the most experience with it. Like, I'm not the most prevalent Izzet Phoenix players out there. I don't really play much birds. I wish I played more birds, but there's a lot of archetypes that I enjoy more, and despite the fact that this one's very unique and it plays out similarly to the way reanimator decks play out, I don't know. I'm not the biggest bird player, and hopefully I don't misplay too much, as I will be playing my own variant of the deck. As you can see, we are making main decking Saheeli. We have the standard package with early game, cheap instants and sorceries that enable us to draw through our deck, such as Opt, Chart a Course, Tormenting Voice. Emphasis on the Teferi Opt, the proper art for Opt, not the pirate one, which is just disgusting and distasteful as fuck. We have Shock, Lightning Strike, and Lava Coil. We're using red to deal damage, we're using blue to draw cards, and we're hoping to chain these spells together so we can play birds from our graveyards and overwhelm our opponent with tempo and wings. Regarding the sideboard, we have gotta start a bit there. Regarding the sideboard, we have Ashiok Dream Render. It's like the big highlight here. And one of the reasons why I think, despite the fact that there's nothing really wrong with this deck, it's going to take a hit in the next few days because of people sideboarding for the Scape Shift banned list that has risen in popularity like crazy. In case you don't know what deck I'm talking about, I did upload a video on the archetype a few days ago. It's called The Walking Dead. And what happened is the Grand Prix occurred and Luis Scott Vargas won the whole thing. And not only did he win with Scape Shift, but half of the top 8 roster of that Grand Prix was playing banned Scape Shift with Field of the Dead. So all of a sudden the deck went from kind of like niche and some people playing it here and there. It was a very cool strategy that wasn't really out there quite yet. Now it's all over the place in Arena, and Ashiok is a very powerful answer to it. It's the best answer to it in Standard as of right now. So if you're playing a deck that has either blue or black, you should be sideboarding Ashiok, which unfortunately means that this sort of strategy is going to become more vulnerable to best of 3 because of the fact that we are extremely vulnerable to Ashiok, but not because of the reason why Scape Shift is vulnerable to it. Scape Shift is vulnerable to Ashiok not because of the -1 exile in the graveyard, but because of its passive abilities. Spells and abilities your opponents control cannot cause their controller to search their library, which means that it nullifies Circuitous Route, it nullifies something, the Ashes, the sorcery that searches for lands. I'm terrible with card names. And it also stops Scape Shift from actually, doing what they do. So Ashiok is the most efficient counter to that sort of tactic, more so than other suggestions that people have implied, like land destruction. Field of Ruin, Assassin's Trophy, that's the perfect counter. No, it's not. It's actually garbage against that because the Scape Shift deck basically wins with a big Scape Shift play, and the longer the match goes, the better it is for that player. And even if you do manage to kill some of their lands, they can just go for the big Scape Shift play and just flood you with zombies in the late game, and then just start dropping Crassus on you on top of that, and your Fields of Ruin ain't going to be doing shit at that point. So Ashiok is the best way to prevent that from happening. And like I said, it's going to be quite prevalent in sideboards. Unfortunately, going to be affecting, Izzet Phoenix as well. The rest of the sideboard is tweaked towards enhancing our matchup against, more aggressive decks, control decks such as Esper, and, all sorts of builds. Entrancing Melody for creature-based decks. And that is the deck list right there. Hopefully, I can showcase birds in proper action. Like I said, I'm not, an Izzet Phoenix main by any means. And I got a lot to learn, about birds and drakes and all that stuff, but I do enjoy playing this deck. I don't know. I just don't play it as much. And I can't really tell you why. I guess I just like other archetypes a little bit more, but this is a very unique strategy, and it's always been a really cool top tier deck. And this is a tricky hand, but I'm going to keep it. It's a 3-lander. We don't really have any sort of card draw. Now we do. So I'm going to lead off with the Steam Vents. I see this, and I am assuming that I'm facing the likes of Esper. As we draw into a God Eternal Kefnet. Now I could go for the Tormenting Voice, but I don't see a reason to right now. Because I don't really have anything that I want to discard just yet. I'm still not sure what I'm facing. Though now I can see... Okay, there we go. Now I do have a good target. We're going to try to go for the Tormenting Voice. We're going to discard the Izzet Phoenix as a cost. And our opponent has no counterspell whatsoever. I was actually expecting like a Sinister Sabotage there or something, but nothing happened. Which, you know, I'm not going to complain about, but I was expecting that. So it seems we're just playing Dimir. And I'm inclined to drop a Drake. Drop a Draco, like poke game fans would say. Just chilling, dropping my Dracos. And playing a 4-drop that will replace itself in my hand. So if you have removal, I will inherently gain card advantage. Which is why I'm not prioritizing something like Kefnet as we see Hostage Taker go down. And I don't know about you, but that is the easiest lava coil of my fucking life. And I am, in fact, going to be doing this. I like that coil animation, by the way. We're going to draw a card. Oh, okay, because I was thinking about... I still think I could go for the Charted Course here. Why not go for the Charted Course and see if I can draw into another Phoenix? That doesn't happen, so I'll be dropping the island here. But I can still zap you. And get my bird out. And just do bird things. Just fly away, smack him in the face. And put ourselves in a very, very solid position. Hostage Taker is too slow of an answer to this. I have way too many ways to deal with it. So I'm not worried in the slightest, especially because my units are 4-drops. He can't threaten. Okay, that's a reasonable play. I am gonna attempt to opt first. We don't need a second Kefnet. I think I like Saheeli here.
Marvel at my masterpieces.
Because with Saheeli, I can set up lethal next turn. Because I can go for the shock at the end of his turn, then I can go for the -2, and I can create another Drake with that token before, and I can obliterate him. Alright, so we're facing, I guess, Dimir? Like, we literally saw one. Did we just see one card, really? No, we saw two. He's playing Tyrant Scorn as well. So I would assume it's like some sort of Dimir control deck. Which makes me think... I think, you know, it's a control deck. So Saheeli should put in more work than Narset. He does have Tyrant Scorn, which is important to consider. Fry should hit Kefnet as well. So I think I'm going to take out the Lava Coils, but I'm going to add in a couple of Fries. I'm inclined to play Legion War Boss, but he's definitely going to be bringing Cry the Carnarium, so I think maybe not. Especially because I have Saheeli. I don't think bringing Legion War Boss is smart, especially when I'm on the draw. I do think Negate is definitely going to come. Should come at least. I think Aggro Bolus is unnecessary. I'd rather have Narset. And I would like a second Narset, to be completely honest with you. And the Niv Mizzet. I can take out the Entrancing Melody. What else? I got one more card to drop. I guess I can drop one shock. Take a bit of a greedier approach, but we are facing a greedier, slower deck. So I think this is my best lineup change for Sasha here. And hopefully, you know, we get a nice 2-0. So I can jerk off to my own ego a little bit. That'd be nice. Be fantastic. I'm going to keep this hand. And we're going to see what our opponent does. Okay, so he is actually Esper. Alright. We are going to go for a Charted Course here. I want to keep the lands. Man, I kind of want to keep everything, but I want to make sure I mean, I have an opt. I have an opt. I'm gonna drop a land. I have an opt, and I should be able to curve out anyways.
I am not going to sit this. Let's try this.
That's a little bit annoying. I'm gonna drop the negate for obvious reasons. And I'm gonna cry a little bit because this Teferi single-handedly like really.
I have practiced.
Fry is
against
definitely
like you.
a must here, but unfortunately we didn't really draw into it. Maybe I should be dropping a
Open
Kefnet.
mind.
Fortunately, our hand is a little bit too stacked, despite the fact that we let off with a 4-lander.
But thoughtfulness before action.
It's kind of crazy. Like, we did drop 1 land though. I still should keep the negates. I have Fry for these things. Okay, so Duress. I mean, I would assume he'll take the Finale of Promise. And the second Finale of Promise. Alright. We are going to attempt to play God Eternal Kefnet.
I've got time.
Niv. Interesting. Alright, I'm going to attempt to play Kefnet. At this point, I would expect for my opponent to be able to easily answer it, especially considering that he scryed away at the Teferi. So I think Sasha is gonna get us here. It turned out to not be a Demir. Sasha bamboozled us, and we got the good old usual, you know, Narset Teferi. That's usually lately whenever I record a series. Okay, there's the Unmortigo. Whenever I record a series, like I always run into like a Narset Teferi package game 1. Hopefully this time we can beat it though. That would feel nice. But Esper can be it's actually a tough matchup for Phoenix. Crackling Drake, okay. Oh wow. That sucks that I can't really do anything here. I should have attacked first. I made a mistake here. I made a complete mistake. I wasn't thinking about attacking first, but then I'm like, oh wait, these two can't actually kill off my Kefnet. So I had a bit of a mental fart there. But I don't think it ultimately would have made a difference. I think he was always going to use one of those elite guard mages to block. So I don't think it really mattered.
Such violence is upsetting.
Alright, so he has D-Spark. Definitely going to be bringing the Legion War Boss if we go to a game 3. Definitely. But dealing with that Narset gives me a little bit of hope here.
I know my responsibility.
Okay, so if he goes for the -3, that's fine. We have a shock to finish that off. Okay, we can do this. We can actually do this. I honestly did not think this game was like winnable at this point, but he has not been able to apply enough pressure.
Together, we'll create great things, you and I.
I'm gonna discard this.
Now what?
And we got our engine set up. Like, Saheeli's very powerful versus control. He's running low on options. He's got Danny DeVito, but Danny DeVito cannot stop Kefnet.
Oh, I'll craft something special for you.
She's pissed. I'm gonna go for the opt right off the bat, see if I find something good here. I made a mistake. No, I didn't. Never mind. Never mind what I said. You should not use Saheeli on a legendary creature, because then I just have to pick one of the two. So it's basically like, it's a dumb play. Oh! My clap got ruined! Oh! There we go. Pathetic. I can't believe I won that. Honestly, I'm surprised. I was convinced we were going through game 3. Because we had such a bumpy start, but our opponent made some questionable plays. Like, when he, like, surveilled away like a Teferi, even though you have a Teferi in hand, I don't know if that's what you should do. Like, he just ran out of steam. Despite the fact that Narset really shuts us down, I'll keep this in. Yeah, we got out of it, so good start for us. Yay. Yay, birds. I'm going to keep this in. I have 3 lands. I have 2 sources of card draw, and I have removal as well, which makes me very, very content here. We are going to most likely lead off with a chart, of course, here. Would love to find a bird. We did not find the bird. We're going to keep the land. We're going to keep the finale, I promise. I would assume I dropped the Tormenting Voice here. Since we do want the removal in case he's got some ramp. This could be Nexus, but it seems to be Sultai. Okay. I'm going to go for the chart, of course, again. And this time I am going to drop a coil. Keeping my hand nice and flexible. Does he have a veil? He could have a veil. He paid the life for this. He must have like a Veil of Summer. Is he main decking that though? Is that? I kind of want to go for a Tormenting Voice first though. You know, hoping that I would draw. Okay, why did this man pay? Am I hallucinating here? He paid 2 life for that, yeah. He must have misclicked. I'm gonna go ahead and say Mini Phoenix here. Misclicked on us. So Sultai Elementals, I assume. We got no bird still. Cry every time. I think I actually won. Do I want to zap this? You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go for Kefnet. I'm gonna apply pressure. I'm gonna play Kefnet. I don't care if he goes for Anissa here. Alright.
What an interesting creature. Let's see how you work.
So we're gonna drop Saheeli. If he wants to play Risen Reef, then that's fine. If he tries to chain it onto something else, I will Lightning Strike the Reef. Otherwise, I have a good blocker here in Kefnet, and I can start using Saheeli here. Okay, that is certainly obnoxious. I would definitely keep that there. Or not. I'm going to use this as a blocker. So my opponent is clearly... Okay, we're definitely going to reveal this. Now, we could go Finale of Promise, which would enable us to go for a Lightning Strike and a Chart of Course. And I actually really like that. Instead of going for the Lava Coil here. We can go this. We can zap this, and we can go for this. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful, baby. And we can start smacking him. Sweet. Next turn, we can also use Saheeli to convert one of these into bird, and we can just start smacking him even more. I mean, we were bound to find an arc like Phoenix at this point. So we got a big chunk of health to take down, but we're starting to get a lot of momentum. That Kefnet value was so slick. Tamiyo is
honor to meet you.
Okay.
Live to fight another day.
My question is, are you gonna go for the +1? All right, we're gonna make sure we eliminate Tamiyo here. Right now we can't actually. Ooh, Ashiok. Yes, please. Oh, Kefnet, I'm so proud of you. Oh, yes. I'll actually discard a Drake. I could go for a Finale, but I don't have any more Lightning Strikes now that I realized. Okay, so we're gonna have to go for this again. I can play Saheeli, and that way I can eliminate it. So I think I'm actually gonna drop... I mean, Drake is always good to have. I'm gonna drop a Drake. As crazy as that may seem, because I do want the land.
Today I craft my victory. I know how to stop you.
Our time together is finished.
So let's focus on eliminating Tamiyo.
I will protect the virtue of this world. The land shall conquer you.
This is pretty neat. We're going to block with every single one of these. We're gonna use these as block. Saheeli can just, in these mid-range matchups and against control, she's just, I love her so much. Alright, that's it. He could top deck a Commanded Dreadhorde though, so we gotta put an end to this game soon. What do we have? What instances do we have? Because I feel like I have a shitload of sorceries, but no instant. You gotta be kidding me. Alright, I actually want to, I want to go for the Tormenting Voice first and discard Kefnet. There we go, there's an instant. Alright, so I want to shock the Incubation Druid. Now, I could finale a promise. I could finale a promise here. But the question is, like, what do I gain from it? A chart, a course. Not sure I'm into that. Nope, I think I'm just gonna coil here. And then I'm gonna copy one of these into a bird.
Genius is as genius does.
We can use these two to eliminate Nisa. And we can smack him in the face with these. I'm just gonna keep you in the back as an extra blocker. Just in case.
I cannot protect you anymore.
Well, good. Get out of here. So now even if he top decks a commanded Dreadhorde, he actually cannot cast it. That's very important because that's one of the ways he turns this game around, right? But instead he goes for a weak Crassus. And we're going to take the same approach here. That's the thing. Saheeli forces my opponent to go out the offensive and he loses blockers. Oh, baby. Oh, ho, 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 ho. The value! Oh, that is so disgusting. Oh, Captain MVP. Alright, so we're facing Sultai Dreadhorde, which means, I mean, Entrancing Melody seems incredibly efficient there. Fry does deal damage to Tamayo. It also does enable us to deal with Crassus, but I just don't feel like it does enough. Ashiok, on the other hand, technically does stop Commanded Dreadhorde, but it doesn't really do so because all it takes is for our opponent to kill off Ashiok and then they can resurrect it and use it against us. But just how bad is that? Because do we really rely as much on our... I mean, no, we don't rely as much on our... I mean, we have the Arclight Phoenix, but that's pretty much it. I still think Ashiok may be... It may be a good call here. I also like the idea of negates. Negates are definitely coming. I think Narset also. There's a lot of stuff that I want to bring. Even the likes of Augur or Bolus can be pretty good. I think... I do want the Entrancing Melodies, though. Kefnet was MVP, but I'm going to drop him down one. I'm going to drop down one Tormenting Voice as well. I'm going to drop down the Augur or Bolus. And, man, I'm inclined to bring... I think I want a couple of Ashioks, dude. I'm going to take this approach. I probably should be playing triple Entrancing Melody. I definitely think I should. But I have a feeling Ashiok can put in so much work here. Maybe, I think I have a feeling I'm overrating him in this matchup, though. But we'll see. Yikes. Alright, so I think, oh, the guy's, oh, he's getting cocky. Oh, alright, Phoenix. Alright. Alright, so we are going to adjust our sideboard accordingly. Like, we're going to take out the Finale of Promises, and we're going to take out the Arclight Phoenixes as well. We're going to change up our game plan here. And we're definitely bringing Ashiok. By the way, we're also going to keep the Negate enabled. Which means we're not going to be playing Arclight Phoenix from our hand next turn. gonna wait, and wait some more. And now I'm gonna opt. Yeah, having another opt could be good. I don't dislike Drake here. It's better than an arc like Phoenix, that's for sure. Regardless, we are going to coil this away. So we met the counter, boys. We met the counter. Field of the Dead, Sultai, Command the Dreadhorde. The movie. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play Crackling Drake. Hopefully draw into a land here. That would be very nice to enable the negate. Or that. I'll definitely do that. I'm going to go for an island. Alright, we're going to call that a turn. Okay. I do want to still keep my negate enabled. Despite the fact that he does have double Field of the Dead, so I am on the clock here.
Like the phases of the moon, life waxes and wanes.
He's playing like Field of the Dead. He has like, this man has
follow
such
the
a
tracks of the wise.
weird deck. Alright, so we can play 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna play Arc like Phoenix. If our opponent wants to waste, you know, that Assassin's Trophy on it, then so be it. We're gonna make use of that and cast the Crackling Drake on top of that. He's still like, he has this Field of the Dead. I'm not sure. Like, I'm pretty sure he has like Scape Shift. I guess that's what he's aiming to do. But this honestly, this just feels like I don't want to bash, but this looks like a really poorly built deck. Like it's just all over the place.
I think you will find my notes helpful.
It is a bit frustrating though, because Leyline of the Void here is like just completely countering us, right? Here's Leyline of the Void, Veil of Summer. Oh, no trophy for you, brother. We got Entrancing Melody here to steal that Crassus. That is just absolutely beautiful. And I think we go Bird. Yep.
learned all I can here.
And there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He still doesn't have 7 different lands. Why are you playing this, dude? Like, his deck is just trying to... I think he built this deck with the mentality of, I want to have the most OP combos all together in one masterful deck. Despite the fact that it's going to probably take me a while to get them to happen. But hey. Some people, you know... dream big. That hit us really hard. That wipes out my board, doesn't it? Oh. Never mind. Math. Yeah. I thought he wiped out my board. I was like, oh, we got a badass over here. Shit. He just made me look like a fool. But yeah, that never worried. Was in control the entire time. Totally did not fucking freak out right there. Didn't happen. Alright, so we're at it for 40 minutes. 2 best of 3 series. I guess we'll keep it at that. We had some funky matchups. But technically we did go against the Field of Dead deck. But yeah, that was an odd one to sideboard for as well. I haven't seen a deck that was like all over the place like that in a while. Especially in Mythic rank. That was something. Regardless, that is birds for you. You know, I kind of, in a way, this video is kind of like me saying goodbye to this deck for a while, because like I said, I think, you know, that the Scape Shift deck is just going to get more and more popular until rotation happens, and Ashiok is going to be very, very prevalent. So, or the ley line, as you guys saw there, but the ley line doesn't really count. That was just weird. Anyways, I appreciate you guys watching. Hope you enjoyed some birds, and hopefully you are excited for daily MTG content. And I will end it right there. Have a soul day. I'll be streaming this Sunday. I know I haven't streamed this entire week, but you know, got my family over and all that stuff. But I will be streaming this Sunday, and yeah, fucking love you, man. Thank you for the support, and that's all I gotta say. I'll stop talking. Have a soul day. I'll see you around.